श्री श्री आनंदमयी मात की जय. The previous night, Bholanath had fallen asleep after watching 2 or 3 yogic kriyas of this body. In the morning, he asked me, "What were you doing last night?" In response, I told him, "Do not ask me any questions regarding this. So far, I have not kept anything from you. However, today there is no urge from within to tell you about it. What can I do? If you still want to know, let me see if there are any words to express the experience. But if I do so, there is no guarantee of what might befall this body." Bholanath exclaimed, "Even I cannot be told?" He remained deep in thought for a while. Then, perhaps thinking it might be harmful for me to disclose these matters, he said, "Very well, you need not say anything." Later that morning, I sat down by myself for a while. In the forenoon, after the entire household had finished their meal, I bathed and sat down without partaking of food or drink, in the manner of one initiated who is preparing for Sandhya. This was the first time that I did so during the day. For a while I sat silently. Then the moment I started japa, I found that my hand was drawing back. With my mind vacant, I sat there, conscious that the prayer rituals must be completed. After quite some time, I realized that the kind of tapping sounds that I had experienced the previous night along my spinal column at a point slightly below the waist had appeared again, along with the altered breathing activities. At this, the body settled down in a particular asana. Then various yogic kriyas began appearing. Sprinkling water to the left of the asana, I prepared the area for the puja and then washed both my hands in a vessel. The flowers were picked, the sandalwood paste ground, the naivedya arranged, and the incense stick and the lamp lit, while all the time I was sitting motionless in the position of Siddhasana. Everything required for the puja manifested from within this body and was revealed to the Atman. Finally, remaining in that position, the hands began rotating, first touching the head and then every part of the body, finally dropping to the ground in such a way as to form an asana. Sitting on my upturned hands, the upper body fell forward with the head resting on the floor. This body had never seen anyone doing such an asana before. Sitting straight and still, mantras were pronounced on their own, and kriyas such as Achman, Jalashuddhi, Surya Pranam, which are parts of Sandhya, were all carried out one by one. Then, with the sense that all gods and goddesses were within me, the hands moved over the body, performing puja to the various deities by adopting various mudras at certain focal points of the body. Incense, a lit lamp, and naivedya were also offered. Sometimes, after sitting in the same position for a long time, the upper body would fall forward with the head resting on the ground. At times, the body sat absolutely still, as if frozen, and then an uninterrupted flow of mantras and stotras emerged from the lips. When the puja was completed, this body carried a deity carefully from within upon her joined upturned palms from the Brahmatalu down to her chest, and then lowered it on the ground in front of her, placing it on an asana which also was self-manifested. She then began to do puja. Afterwards, the deity was lifted in the same manner with utmost care from the asana and brought back to the crown chakra of the head, whereupon it again merged within the self. The hands then touched one by one all the different parts of the body. It came to be known many years later from persons well versed in Shastric rites and rituals that all the processes of worship performed by this body at that time were in accordance with scriptural injunctions. This body, like an automaton, accomplished perfectly all the necessary steps. श्री श्री आनंदमयी मात की जय।